And the number one best Saw trap in the entire series? The reverse bear trap. It just makes sense to me that the most iconic Saw trap is number one on my list. This is the only Saw trap that you see in the franchise being used not once, not twice, but 3 times in its series. 4 times if you count the original Saw short film made by James Lee Whannell. So what makes this trap so iconic? Well, to put it in perspective, just look at it. Look how cool it looks. Look at the gears. Look at the metals. Look at the cables. Look at the design. Look at the aura. It's just so cool. Plus, the game is simple. Find the key and unlock it before your jaws get ripped open. Shawnee Smith's performance is just fantastic in the first film. You've all heard the stories about how she's had a huge fever going in, but to her credit, she stuck it out, and her performance helped sell this movie. And another version of this trap returns in Saw 6 when we see Mark Hoffman being tested. But this time, this trap was designed to kill him. But because Hoffman is so clever, he finds a way to escape. Albeit a very painful way to escape. But it isn't until the final chapter that we see the reverse bear trap in action, and it took them 7 movies to finally see the end results. And while it sucks it had to happen to Jigsaw's wife, it was just so satisfying to see just how brutal this trap was. So yeah, as far as traps go, this one is still the one that people will remember the most. When you look at this device, you think Saw. Heck, it's on one of the most iconic posters in the entire series. And keep in mind, this is the trap that James and Lee themselves built and pitched it to producer Greg Hoffman, who was so impressed by this, he was able to greenlight the first Saw film, and because of that, this trap is one of the most iconic in all the Saw franchise, and it helped give birth to one of the most successful horror franchises in the history of cinema. And that's my list of the top 10 Saw traps in the franchise. Thank you all for watching, and I want to dedicate this year's Saw-Tober to all of the production teams of this entire Saw franchise. Without these men and women, there would be no Saw. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I look forward to bringing Saw-Tober back next year. Until then, let the games continue.